Hey there, Gershard here with Gershard Games. Today we are going to talk about the crafting and combat panels. I'm not going to go over the combat panel itself or the general actions panel, which most of this applies to, but it's still the same. You can push L to get to your crafting panel and it'll bring up something like this. And there's four really important areas. The red area here is your actual skills. The yellow area is the name of the skill, primary, secondary stats, the different unlock tiers for the skill, and then what your actual skill is. The green area is what you get when you click on each one of those, and the blue area is your skill cap and the power hour booster. All right, we're going to look at the red area first, which is your actual skills. You see some little up arrows, you see some locks, and you see some down arrows. You can click on those, and what that does, an up arrow makes it so you gain skill, a lock will lock it at that skill, and a down arrow will make it go down. That's very important when you hit your skill cap and you want to focus on certain trees. Since this is my builder character, we're just going to look at the builder tree for simplicity. As you can see here, he's got 100, 91, 91, and then 35, 64. To achieve that, the previous skill must be at least 30 for the next skill to be 0. What that means is you see the artisan skill on the far left, how it's 100. That has to get to at least 30 to be able to get to 0 in construction, which is the little house, which is at 91. So what that means is we look at the construction skill here, and at 0 I can do things like build a stone road and build marble roads and stuff like that. Until I get artisan to 30, I can do none of these things. It will not be 0. So that's a very important thing to know when you're working your way down your trees. It's the same with combat, with equipping weapons and stuff, or armor, or whatever it be. Now, to get above 29.9, the previous skill must be 60. So say I have my artisan here at 55. My construction would never go past 29.9 no matter how much stuff I did. I have to get my artisan to 60, a real 60, which we'll talk about in a second, not in order for my construction to go past 29.9 to get to 30 to unlock those skills. Now, let's look at the section to the top right. We have artisan, primary, secondary, and 100 out of 100. Now, the left number is your real skill, the right number is your influence skill. Now, what that means is the number on the right is influenced by your stats. You have a primary stat and a secondary stat. These are also stats you'll gain as you perform artisan actions. I'd gain intelligence and I'd gain strength, as seen here. Since I have 100 skill, it's obviously going to be 100 out of 100 no matter what my stats are. Next, we're going to look at the 0, 30, 60, 90, and 100. These are kind of confusing to some people, but if you read the area below it, it really tells you what it does. The most important thing to look for is the part that has a square box around it, maximum quality of crafted wooden items. A lot of people don't understand what this means. With carpentry, right now, this character can make 94.59 maximum quality items. Now, if I eat something that increases his strength, say, as his secondary skill, that would increase my skill from my stats, and thus I could maybe do 95 or 96 quality items. So those little preps you get, they only last for a little bit, but they're good. They're good in that regard. That's what they're good for. Now, at the different levels, different things happen. Good example here is at carpentry level 60, you get a usable item. This is a carpentry outfit. You put it on, and it lets you get more skill in carpentry depending on the quality of the outfit. At every level, there's not everything. You're not always going to get a usable item, and you're not always going to get recipes. But here, for example, at 60, we have usable items and recipes. So you can click on recipes, scroll through that, and you can see the different things you'll be able to build. The wiki is also a really, really good reference for each of your skills. I highly, highly advise using the wiki. So we've covered the main part of the window, which is your actual skills. We've covered what everything on the top right means. We've made sure that you're going to read the box on the far right. Now we need to look at the very bottom bar, which is your skill cap and your power hour button. Your maximum skill points are determined by your intelligence. Everybody has 400. Beyond that, it's 400 plus your intelligence minus 10 times 2. This character has 60 intelligence. So it'd be 60 minus 10 times 2, which would be 50, which would be 100. So it's 400 plus 100 is 500. At the bottom, you can see he has 500. The first 10 intelligence you have do not count towards your skill cap. This is the same skill cap for your combat and for your general actions. It's all the same number. So if you have 500 here, you're going to have 500 combat and 500 general actions. The last thing we need to cover is power hours. That's what this little button is right here. If you're a premium subscriber, you're going to have a little power hour button. You're going to click it, and this window is going to pop up. You can push yes or no. If you push yes, a couple of things are going to happen. You're going to gain ×2 skill for 1 hour, which is just the basic perk of a power hour. You can use it and log off, and the timer will stop. So if, say, you're going to go to bed, and you're like, well, I haven't used my power hour today, go ahead and pop it, log off, and you can use it tomorrow, and your 22 hours is still going to start. So say it's 1,700 hours, you pop it, tomorrow, you'll still be able to use your next one at 1,500 hours as long as the hours tick down. If you have time remaining, you can't start your next one. But as soon as it's over, if it's past 1,500 hours, you'll be able to start it again. Each character gets their own power hour, so you don't have to worry about picking which character gets to use it, and it does not share a cooldown with your combat power hour. They're two completely separate power hours, so you technically get 2 full double skill hours a day, one for crafting, one for combat. You do not get one for general actions. If you buy them individually through the store, which you can, I believe they're like $2. You still have to wait the 22 hours. You can't just buy like 6 and pop them all in a row and do 6 hours of power hour. You'll still have to wait that 22 hours in between each separate one. That's it. That's the whole window. That's everything you need to know about this. All the little stuff a lot of people miss. The big things to keep in mind are make sure you pay attention that if your skill affects your capped quality, which I think every single one does. So if you're using really high quality ingredients and you're not getting what you want, you're probably being stopped by your skill. Make sure that you don't worry too much about the stat bonuses. It's more important to get, for crafting toon, you want intelligence and willpower. For a PvP toon, you typically want more constitution, strength, and agility. Always remember, pop your power hour, even if you don't think you're going to use it a lot. If you're paying for the subscription, use it. Even if you just shovel for half an hour and only get 30 minutes out of it, that's still double skill gain. And remember, if you're trying to craft something, not all the crafting windows block stuff. They say you can craft it because you might have the stat skill, but you're not actually going to be able to craft things until you have the real skill. Preps, outfits, stuff like that, it's going to make it look like you have the skill, but it's not going to let you do it unless your real base skill is where it needs to be. Alright guys, that's it for this video. The next video is going to be about the equipment screen and stats panel, and we're going to go over all that in detail. So go ahead and click here if you're interested in that. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.